Just another morning working in the garden. Today I'm going to show you how I lift some plants when they're short to the ground so I can see them and give instant color to the garden. Hi, this is Robbie from Southern California. So I do this a lot and it works really good. I take a large flower pot, something you got a tree in or a plant. You can get them for free. A lot of times you see people throwing them away, around the trash on trash days. So keep an eye out. And it works really good for layering or just putting plants in there and propagating or growing new flowers or vegetables even. Anyways, as you can see here, I've got a hole in the ground. There was actually a pot there that I pulled out and they kind of sink in the ground, which works out good. And so I kind of dropped it in. So it's not just sitting on top of the soil there on the ground because that will tip. You want to kind of anchor it in. And all you have to do is kind of drop it, about a third down into the ground. Now I'm using the worst soil I've got around here, just clay and clumps and everything. There are worms there. And I'm kind of packing it in. Now it's going to settle as things, and time goes on, but that's okay. Now I've got that pot I'm going to put there, or kind of have a big hole. See that? I want to make sure it's stable, but I will tell you that it may not be stable in the beginning. And as long as you don't have a big dog or anything that's going to knock it over, they will kind of seal together as you go because the soil will kind of intermingle with the one that's underneath. And if you're going to make it 3 or 4 layers, you'll see. So I'm kind of throwing weeds in there and you saw a big hole on the second pot. Again, I'm using the hard clay that I don't want to put in a pot and grow other plants in, only because it's going to cake up and not drain. And we just have really bad soil around here. It is a solid block of clay. So I'm using that in there because it's going to kind of conceal together once time goes on. Now I could take a stake and put a stick in there, and I've done that before, but right now, I can always tie it to the back fence. I think 3 looks pretty good. See what I did? The top one's got some soil in it, and the middle one's going to have soil too, and I'm also putting some wood chips or anything that's from the ground in there. I'm not going to plant anything right now on the bottom layers, but I could come back later on and propagate anything in there. Something that kind of likes shade, because this is going to be under my fig tree and it's going to be near my water fountain. And now I'm going to do it in 3 layers, I think. It looks a little tall, but I can change it. I can always pull one of the pots out. I kind of was thinking 4, and you can use pots without bottoms too. And it will make it sturdy. Now, the reason I like putting flowers and more plants around the fountains, it gives a place for birds to come in and dart into. So if they thought they saw a hawk or something, they can dart into the plant, even a potted plant. They love the security of plants around. Now I'm packing it in so it won't rock that much. But as you water it with my clay, it's all going to compact together, and soon it's not going to go anywhere until I lift it and take it apart. And it won't be the end of the world if it fell over. But it's not going to. I do this all the time. Now that's kind of wiggly, but again, it will seal as time goes on. And if you want to seal it with a stick, you do that. So I'm pressing it around. And I want to put a flower on the top. Now I start a lot of geraniums around here. I just grab a pot, fill it up with whatever soil, because they don't care what kind of soil you've got, and they root really good. There it is. There's one of them. I got these pink ones that grow around here, and they grow like a weed. You don't have to do anything to them. Just break a piece off. Don't have to remove leaves or anything. Shove it in a pot and water it, and it grows. That is why they're starting to become my favorite plant. Yeah, I think 3 is tall enough, and I love how it's like a puzzle. You can fit it together the way you want. Setting it up like this is so great. You can actually get the height exactly the way you want. You can bury the pots more or lift them up a little bit. And I just love doing this, and it's instant gratification as far as stepping back and being able to see a plant that normally would have been on the ground that you couldn't see from maybe 10 feet back. So that's it, I'm done. You saw the whole thing, how I put it together. I did 1, 2, 3, 4 tiers, with the top one actually having the plant in it. It was propagated in there, it was growing, it was on the ground, you couldn't see it. What I also did is I'm propagating another geranium. Look, it's gonna flower. I know you're supposed to take the flowers off. Let me tell you something. I never do, and they still grow. So I'm gonna water this in really good. Gonna keep an eye on this. This is gonna have really good shade. And how did I get the plant to go in the direction I wanted? Now, I picked these up at a dollar store that I've got. It's a local one. And Well, you'd have to be in Southern California to go to this one. And they had a bag of these for $1. And I thought, gee, I wonder if I'll use these. I will say, at Dollar Tree and other stores, even Walmart, you can get these skewers for $1 a bag. And I have bought them. These were painted, so I thought I would go with this. And what I did was I stuck them in. So I stuck one in here to hold the geranium upright. And later on, I might kind of attach it to the back of the fence. And then this one is tricky. So let me show you this. I took a paper binder. Do you see that? I attached it, just clipped it onto the top. And now, for now, it's gonna hold the geranium upright like that. Is that not beautiful? So when I'm sitting down and looking at the fountain, I'm gonna get that look. And I'll get the paper binder, and later on the sticks will come out too. The little plant stakes, they are made out of wood. They're not gonna last forever. But now I've got lift without spending a lot of money on big pots. And you saw how I did the bottoms, and I think it's gonna do good. I've been doing it. I have done it. Once in a while, I go 4 tall, but I think this is gonna be so pretty. And then later on, I can change it out. That pot could be lifted, the top one, and I could put any flower I want in there later if I have something that's maybe prettier or more blossoms, or just want to change it around, and the whole thing can be changed around in minutes too. I hope you enjoyed this. I sure love working in the garden. So with that, have a wonderful day. And don't forget to eat what you grow. It's the scrub jay. He wants peanuts, and he's screaming at me because he ran out. Spoiled bird. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye. Okay, well, here come the unsalted roasted peanuts for the scrub jay. He knows which bowl I put it in, and he will come and get it in a few minutes. And when it runs out, believe you me, oh my goodness, the screaming he does. I don't even know how much he eats. He takes a bunch of them, eats a few, and he's stashing them throughout the hillside. Probably the squirrels are getting them. And there's a hummingbird feeding on the hummingbird lunch, which is a kufia. You know, that is an amazing plant here in Southern California. That thing flowered all year. And I think he's coming. He should be here any minute. He knows where to go. Oh, look, there's a couple hummingbirds now. Some are flying around on the other side. And I also have salvias growing in here, which also flowered pretty much all year. I love these flowers. Oh, here he comes. And he's going, oh, there it is. And now he is going to get his peanuts. You can see how many he can pack in his beak. Now I want you to see this. No, not the fountain. Look over to the left. Do you see the pink flowers now behind the other fountain? All the way on the left. Oh, the hummingbird's going to take a bath in the electric fountain there. See to the right now? That's the flowers. Had it been put on the ground, you wouldn't have seen it, and neither would I. At least not until it grew up and got bigger. So we get to enjoy it now.